So during the latest lockdown, we've returned to dining room worship, as you can see in the picture. Thank you to everybody who has joined in by using live chat, praying for us, making videos to use, helping with the fruit of the Spirit tree that you see behind you, where so many people sent in fruit that we printed out and cut out and then stuck on the tree, so that we have that feeling that we're not alone in doing this. We're hoping after Easter to be able to return to at least live streaming from the church. Please would you be praying for wisdom for the Baptist Union, for the government, and most of all for the church leaders as we try to navigate how to come out of lockdown in the best way. We desperately want to be meeting together in the same room, being able to worship and fellowship together and pray together and eat together and all of these things that we used to take for granted. We also want to make sure that everybody is safe. So please would you bear with us as we try to make these important decisions going forward. If you remember, Friends United in Jesus congregation meet at 4:30 on a Thursday afternoon, immediately before Storehouse, the biggest of the drop-in eating projects at Aussie Road, where a number of them then stay on and volunteer. This was taken in November when we were able to meet socially distanced and not sing, but at least we were able to gather together. This congregation is particularly affected by COVID regulations because most of them can't do internet very well. We're longing to be able to meet together properly, to be able to discuss and pray together, and in particular there are 3 people in the group who are waiting for baptism. Please pray for them as we move forward. For over a year now, we've been enabling people who can't do internet at home for different reasons to keep in contact with us through digital photo frames that show videos of the YouTube services that we do on a Sunday, along with some images from Aussie Road and Bolton Lane. So there were 15 people from Aussie Road, Friends United in Jesus and Bolton Lane currently using the frames. We also sometimes use this as an opportunity to catch up with people pastorally, or to record a video of somebody reading a psalm or some prayers that you've seen on Sunday morning live streams. Really grateful to Carol, Alison, Ruth, Steve and Linda for helping to deliver these and keeping some people in contact who otherwise would not have any contact with church. So this is City Youth Church, the Roma youth congregation that meet on a Friday night, and Joseph, who is leading the group and looking to raise up some good young leaders from within it for the long-term future. Again, during lockdown, they've been able to use Facebook to share videos and then Facebook Messenger to have conversations about that. But it's not the same as being able to meet together properly on a Friday night. So again, let's pray for those young people. There are a lot of young Christians who are very enthusiastic and who are part of this group. We really want them to flourish. And again, several of them are waiting for baptism as soon as we're allowed to do it. Thank you, the Jones family, for opening up your living room every other Wednesday evening for a living room worship, showing us a new and simple way to worship together and share together in an amazing way.
Water you turned into wine, open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. There's none like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes you rise. There's no one like you. There's none like you.
Our God is greater. Our God... Forgot to mute, sorry. Still using all our creative gifts during lockdown. On the left you see the fruit of the Spirit tree which Bernice and Kat drew, and then the fruit that they added, some of those with the fruit of the Spirit written on them. Most of the fruit that you see there though are ones that people did during the week about peace, where they wrote stuff about God's peace and their experience of it and drew fruit which we then cut out and stuck on the tree. On the right hand side you see Pip's amazing display about and the fruit of the Spirit, how to spot a Christian, it says, which is a strapline that I stole for many of the sermon series. As you can see, it's automatically lit up every night. To replace Pip's display about the fruit of the Spirit in the foyer at church, we're going to have an Easter display of a number of pictures showing Easter scenes with some crosses behind them. Thank you to Abby Jones, Steph Bridges, Judy Flack, Catherine Barradell and Kat Watkins for producing some amazing large pieces of artwork that are going to be displayed in those windows for everybody to see over Easter. You may remember Andrew and Sonia's amazing Christmas display outside Bolton Lane, which so many people travelled to see and made it as far as the television. They're now doing something for Easter, the simple message of the cross and a challenge for everybody who passes by. I haven't been myself, but I've heard great things from lots of people about Judy's Monday evening art group. Here's an example of what they're doing at the moment. The Hope Tapestry continues. Following the display at Harvest in church, the group has met again on Zoom this term, sharing ideas, Bible verses and new techniques to try. There's also a WhatsApp group to share these things. Look out for details of what's happening next term. While we are physically unable to go into St James's Infants and Junior School, Rosehill Infants and Furs Community School in Stockbrook to do assemblies and other ways of supporting those schools and bringing the Christian message, we continue to make videos shown partly in the school and partly sent to children who are at home learning there. Thank you to Catherine Barradell, Joseph, Tim, Kat Watkins, Danny Morby for all helping out this term in making these videos a reality. As well as taking around photo frames with the services from Sunday on to people who can't do internet, we've also been taking around some things for our children and young people. You may have seen the stuff at Christmas that Chandra did to do with Advent themes. And then there have been a whole series of things to do with the fruit of the Spirit, including some amazing colouring books. For Easter, we have these lanterns to make up. This is one that Catherine Watkins made up for me, along with a safe to put it in it light that goes in the middle to light up the lantern. And then there'll be these crosses which have pictures for the days of Holy Week. And then when you open the doors, having put it together, then you have some Bible verses and some pictures describing what happened on those days. It's really important that we stay in touch with our children and young people, and we've done our best to do that during lockdown. One of the things that led us to start Derby Church's night shelter 8 years ago was the closure of Hartington House, one of the biggest homeless hostels in Derby, just around the corner from the church. It's now open as Green Pastures, a Christian-run centre which not only helps people out of homelessness and addiction, but looks after them and tells them about the love of Jesus. On a Friday night, I do a Zoom Bible study with a group of them, and when COVID restrictions allow, I'll be going back and doing some of their morning devotions as well. Please pray for the hostel and for the possible connections we might have with them in the future. Thank you to everybody who encouraged me and supported me in going from couch potato to running 5,000 meters in less than 30 minutes over a 9-week period. I really could not have continued without the embarrassment of having to tell people that I'd stopped doing it. Thank you even more to those who gave money, and we raised twice as much as I originally set out to, although we still need more in order to support properly the car balloting social enterprise and academy, and working with Steve Clark, who's part of the leadership team of Friends United in Jesus. Back in November, during one of our church services, we interviewed Steve Clark about the idea of starting a car balloting social enterprise, helping people who are as far away from work as they can be, and usually coming out of homelessness and addiction issues, to get a restart moment in life. It would be alongside praying with them and talking to them about our faith and trying to help them move on. Since then, things have developed a long way. And the idea has become to start with a car balloting academy where we teach people the skills, and then hopefully we give them the option of being part of the social enterprise thing. Please keep on praying for Steve and for Ben, myself and Chandra as we try to put the finishing touches to making this a reality, and the possibility that we partner with Green Pastures Hostel in doing this. Last summer we were unable to repeat our mission trip to the Roma villages of Slovakia with a lot of sadness, but the work does continue, and Judy has this amazing vision for building a community village hall in one of the local villages so that the church that is now established in Pavlovci can work in and around the villages where they do so much mission and so many trips. Please pray for Judy at every opportunity that you can, and there's information on the website. And if you want to be reminded about what's going on there, then why not look up the service from the 22nd of November 2020, our live stream service that's still there on YouTube, that describes some of the things that have been going on in our absence that we continue to pray about. Here's where to find the blog about our mission trips to the Roma villages in Slovakia on the website. More importantly, it has a link, if you look at the right hand side of the screen, to the report that Judy has written called Under Our Roof. It's really important that we continue to pray for this. Why not look it up and be inspired? Pastor Marek, how are you and your family? How are you doing?
My family is okay now. We have a new people in church, and I feel that is something we can. We have to do more prayings and be with the people. New people come in church, and I feel sometimes just in myself, just in own. You understand me?
Yeah.
I
You feel like you're on your own in it, yeah?
We have to build new people, new leaders.
Just to remind you, the School of the Holy Spirit is a Roma Bible college to raise up leaders who have potential within the Roma congregations in this country. Last year we did the Growing Leaders program as year one of the course and had a set of people who graduated. This year we've only been able to run year two because we've had to do it on Zoom. But we have managed to have 6 students who've regularly come to do subjects like the nature of God, understanding the Bible. We're going on to the doctrine of salvation and the mission of the church and so on. Please pray for Joseph in particular as he heads up the school and all the uncertainty of what we'll be able to do in the future, because we would love to be able to advertise it for a really good restart of year one coming this September. In April, it will be a year since we started the joint pastorate arrangement with Bolton Lane, and I think all of us have enjoyed many of the things that we've been able to share and do together. Because of the COVID restrictions, we haven't been able to do everything that was in the sharing agreement, and so we're looking at the moment for how we're going to progress this in the coming year. Please look out for that, and please pray for everybody associated with Bolton Lane Baptist Church. This Christingle service was one of 4 special worship services that we did at the Tuesday night Girls Brigade at Bolton Lane for the girls, their friends and their families, and there was just some momentum beginning to be carried by those services before COVID hit. At the moment, the Girls Brigade isn't able to meet. This Christmas, we did a simple thing of delivering Christingle packs and getting the girls to watch a video about the meaning of the Christingle, to make it themselves, and then send photos in to the captain of the Girls Brigade, Diane, who then put it on Facebook. We long to be able to meet again. Please pray for Diane and the other leaders as we look for a way forward with the Girls Brigade as restrictions from COVID begin to be released. It's been great having Pastor Raj from Derby Asian Fellowship joining us most weeks on the Sunday live stream. He's currently in India on a mission and supports a number of foreign missions through friends of his who are passionate about the gospel. Please pray for him and for the future of Derby Asian Fellowship as we, after Easter, begin to think about the way that COVID restrictions might allow them to be able to meet. In the same way, please pray for those at Zoe Church. This was a service shortly before the COVID crisis hit, with a whole lot of people coming forward and giving their lives to Jesus. Some of them are still waiting to be baptized, and we long to be able to enable them to worship again together in the building. People keep on asking when the Dove Project, Recovery Lunch and Storehouse will restart. The answer is that we are still committed to these projects and believe they will be really important in the future. We just need to be patient and wait until the restrictions allow us to run them properly. Many people have also asked what's happened to those who are street homeless this winter, as the church's night shelter was unable to open because of COVID restrictions. Well, in Derby City itself, the emphasis has been on trying to get those people into simple housing accommodation. For the rest of the county, where we used to get a lot of people coming into Derby who became homeless, the Mount Cook Centre near Wirksworth has been opened and run by Derby City Mission as an emergency night shelter, but you can stay there all through the day, and lots of agencies come in and help people to move on and find resettlement. Standing with me here is Katisha, who has often done overnights at the night shelter at Aussie Road, and many of you will know her in that capacity. Please pray for the few remaining people at Mount Cook, which is going to close very shortly, but not until everybody has a suitable place to go. We haven't been using the building very much, but it still needs maintaining. Thank you so much in particular to Pip, Ben and Chandra for all the stuff that they have done. In particular, look out for the back corridor, which, as you can see, has been redecorated, repainted and has some new artwork on it. It's really important that we cover Derby Urban Church and Friends in lots of prayer. So for after Easter, we want to return to having a sheet once a term where we go through some prayer points for everybody that we're connected with. So on this side, we have Aussie Road and Friends United in Jesus and City Youth Church, plus the ministries of Duck. On the back, we have our friends at Bolton Lane, Derby Asian Fellowship, Zoe Church and the stuff that Paul Brookhouse is doing called Food for Thought. Look out for these leaflets, they're coming your way. Please use them on a regular basis just to pray for all that's going on and for all of our hopes and dreams for the future. One of the challenges of lockdown has been that it takes so much longer to do things, and then they're slightly disappointing once you've done them. My greatest illustration of this, which many of you have noticed, is the never lighting candle. Actually, there have been several never lighting candles, at least 5 that I've tried. All of them light until the moment that you click live, and then the moment that we're actually on a live stream, no candle will light or stay lit, as you can see in the picture right now.